Hey, I am Richter, CEO at SignageOS.
And I'm Dave Haynes. We've known each other for a long time now. When we first got to know each other, I would describe SignageOS as doing middleware
Mhm.
and kind of bridging the gap between all the different SOC platforms and making it possible to blend networks. That's evolved a lot, and I get a
Mhm.
sense that much more of your business now is on the device management side. Is that accurate?
I think that's pretty accurate, and it has evolved a lot. Uh, I wouldn't, I would no longer call SignageOS a middleware, though it still plays that role.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've evolved into more an infrastructure as a service because we have a suite of different services
Mm-hmm.
that we tie around just the middleware,
Mm-hmm.
and device management is part of that.
But when you say infrastructure, that's going to make some people think it's hardware, but you're not talking about
Right?
hardware
No,
here.
not at all. No, no, no. Everything is a kind of cloud-based infrastructure for
Mm-hmm.
digital signage, empowering companies to
Mm-hmm.
accomplish more without with doing less.
Why do they need this? I mean, yesterday you were talking about a lot of your business. We were in a meeting and talking about how brownfield opportunities are what's really kind of driving your business.
Mhm. Well, there are several reasons why companies usually opt for SignageOS. It really depends whether you are talking about our middleware offering or the
Device
device management
management, yeah.
offering. Uh, well, mostly they want to get more visibility
Mm-hmm.
into their networks. They want to get control.
Mm-hmm.
They want to have oversight and being able to really say at every minute what's happening with their networks. So that's probably main reason, main driver. These customers usually have large fleets, large networks, and
Mm-hmm.
there are not just solutions out there that can really meet these needs.
Right. So if I'm running a digital signage network and I'm finally waking up to the idea of maybe it would be good to know what's going on with it and be able to remotely remedy problems.
Yeah.
If I'm using Platform X, how would they integrate with Signage OS?
Easy. We've got out-of-box solutions that can usually remotely take over any platform that you already have, meaning any hardware, any OS.
Mm-hmm.
We can remotely deploy our agents, and then those agents just start reporting to our cloud device management. So these are pretty easy transitions.
And what difference does that make to a network? Like what's going to happen as a result of being on top of what's going on?
Well, it's usually no visibility and visibility. So it really depends whether you are deploying a solution that you never had, like you are going into a green field. You are a network that wasn't previously really doing any managed service, and you
Yeah.
didn't have any visibility, or you are replacing a solution that maybe didn't scale the
Mm-hmm.
way you needed that to scale. So what you get from us is either access to our REST APIs, and you integrate with whatever system is your primary
Mm-hmm.
dashboard that gets you all that information, or you get our own dashboard that gets you all the information about device uptime, device health, what's happening real time.
Mm-hmm.
You can get all the screenshots. You can get proof of place, alerting. We've got a cool AI technology that helps you keep the uptime high by monitoring all the screenshots that are coming from devices,
Mm-hmm.
and doing a peer-to-peer recovery. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening.
So I've always been amazed that some software platforms have pretty good device management, anyways, but a hell of a lot of them barely had anything, and they
Mhm.
weren't really aware that that was important.
Yeah.
If you're working, or if an end customer is already on a platform that does have device management and it's decent,
Mhm.
how do these two
Yeah.
platforms work together?
Yeah, so we can coexist
Okay.
on any hardware. So SignageOS remote device management is both hardware agnostic as well as software agnostic. So you
Mm,
can deploy SignageOS on any operating system, almost any, uh, and it can work on any third-party software.
right.
So we do not really clash. So you can have your own CMS. You can have your way how you play content, and SignageOS is running on the side
Hmm.
or underneath.
Okay.
So there are no conflicts in that.
Could you incorporate it into that CMS's dashboard that's showing their
Yeah.
device management capability? So it's like
Mhm.
one dashboard instead of like two things you're looking at.
Exactly, and
Okay.
that's kind of the interconnection between our device management offering and, let's call it, the middleware.
Mhm.
So we have over 100 content management system companies integrated with SignageOS.
Mhm.
So they display the information from SignageOS device management within their own dashboards.
Right.
So yeah, we have that.
Now you're a European company, but you're really super active in North America. So if somebody is kind of listening to this and thinking, well, we're in the U.S., that's a European company,
Yeah.
that's not going to work. That's not really the case, is it?
No, we are a global company.
Okay.
Yes, we come from Europe, and but our largest installations are here in the U.S.
Mhm.
And we've got over 170,000 licenses for our device management out there, growing really fast, regardless of the vertical, regardless of the use case. The device management is good for any endpoint that you have, and you don't really need to worry. We've got data centers both in Europe and U.S., so
Okay.
no latency issues. Everything is really
You're way the hell
robust.
beyond startup phase.
Oh yeah. I think we
Thank
still
God,
have the
right?
spirit. We still have the culture, but luckily enough, we grew into a scale up and company that has I think a pretty good size. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.